NFT tonight, art in the ether, virtual treasures. Who's the believer? Building on base, no paper trace, living digital in this space.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of NFT Tonight with your boy Bill and Base Junkie. My familia, it is where I'm in. It's Thursday. I think we're based is Thursday evening. Market is dead. Capital DED. Dead. Unless if you are, partaking in CZ's broccoli coin or some random degen adventure. Anyways, all good though, because this is the NFT Tonight Show where we talk nothing but NFTs. Once a week, Thursdays, this is your go-to spot. You don't need any other channel. You just need me and Bill, me and Base. But without further ado, Base Junkie, how you doing today, my friend?
Yo. Doing well, buddy. You're absolutely right. The market is dead. I mean, right now, there was one notable NFT drop yesterday, which I'd love to get into in a moment. But yeah, today it seems like all the news is about broccoli. I mean, dude, what is that for a name for a dog?
I don't know. That's CZ, man. CZ with some interesting names, I guess.
Yeah, but it's another sideways day. I mean, yesterday we had the CPI information, and it was a case of expect turbulence. Are we going to shoot up? Are we going to shoot down? But we just continue on, keeping on moving sideways.
Hey. I agree. I think you just got to move sideways. It's times like this in the markets, like touch grass. There's other things to do. Market's not going anywhere. I'm still full on bull. But yeah, it's just really weird how it's just so dead. And, there's a lot of, I guess these are the times where you just position yourself for the next leg up. I don't think the market's going anywhere. So, but anyways, today's show,
you're absolutely right. I mean, I think if you are just trading the market, yeah, it's a good time to position yourself, touch grass. But one of the things I love about Base is that there are so many builders. Like this is free time. And when I say free time, I mean like if you are building something, you have extra days when people are slowing down. You get extra hours to be pushing forward, to be raising awareness of your brand and what you are doing. So if you're a builder, this is lock-in time. This isn't even touch grass. If you're a builder, this isn't touch grass time. This is lock in, build, get something out there, because when the next leg up happens, and it will, believe me, it will, you want to be best positioned as you can. I mean, historically, we see February's, the year after halving, are always a bullish month. So
always
we're halfway through the month, so we got the second half to go.
Second half to go. Like I said, I think this is the year, right? And if after 2025 things don't still pick up, then we're fucked. But hey, until then, we're not. I'm just responding. Actually, I'm responding to B.Dot Funds. Daryl, I don't know if you've been following the situation with B.Dot Fund, but there's a lot of people in the community that are really upset with the listing process of Coinbase day one listings with insiders and stuff. But I don't know. Are you familiar with what's going on with B.Dot Fund and what the source is saying and everything?
A little bit. I mean, I tuned into one of the spaces yesterday. I mean, overall, I think it's bullish that B3, it's got the team from Coinbase working on something, and I love the vision. Trying to empower gamers across game creators across Web3. This seems like a star-studded team. But tell me, what's the drama about?
I definitely don't really think I am negative on your project. So basically what's happening is, so there's the issue, right? Where, did you see what happened with the Venice launch, Venice AI?
Yeah.
So basically
Venice was rough. It was rough to be a holder. But hey, I mean, it's at least it's, working its way back up.
Well, I think the issue with that was, okay, so Venice AI, it's Eric Voorhees' project. And, you know, you have all these builders on base that have been around since like April, January 2024, building, grinding. And they basically feel like they've been overlooked because Venice AI came in, day one listing, ran up to like $22 billion or something. And then just obviously teams just started selling. So, I mean, that's the nature of the game. And then, you know, Jesse Pollock and I think Paul Grewal, the legal compliance director or whatever of Coinbase, or the head legal guy, you know, came out and did a, 30-minute thing about what it takes to have Coinbase listings. But basically, the trenches are basically saying that was just like a slap in the face. It was just like none of that applies if you're an insider or you know the right people. It is. I don't have a stake in the matter, right? I'm not here to say, oh, Coinbase, you did this wrong or this. But I am somebody to just call things out, right? As, you know, investigator, as, you know, any responsible community member or, you know, media personality like ourselves, we're just trying to parlay of what's the consensus of the market. So you had Venice AI. Everyone thinks if it wasn't, you know, Eric Voorhees' project, it wouldn't be listed. So whatever the case is. Then you had this one that just came out. And the reason why people are pretty upset is not necessarily about the project itself. So this was like a gaming project, but the thing about this project is B.Fun. It's a team filled with Base and Coinbase employees. Their previous job was Base and Coinbase. Then they left Base and Coinbase to do this project 8 months ago, and they got, guess what, a day one listing, and people were outraged. It's kind of like, and then, you know, some people on the team were like, oh, we're early. People are just like, read the room. And Mofasaurus, as we all know, is probably one of the biggest NFT guys. First of all, just one of the biggest chads in the space, but big NFT guy. He called him out, and he was just like, read the room, kind of like, you know, he had some harsher words, respectfully, but he's even feeling, if you look at some of his tweets, he's even feeling doubt about the base culture, and he feels there's two sides. You know, you had Jester respond saying, oh, I think that's a bad take, and him and himself were like, no, I don't think it's a bad take. And so that's the drama right now on base. Is it a matter of, like, just be honest? I mean, B.Fun, nothing against that project. I'm sure that project's great, and I actually respect them for responding back to me, because I kind of basically messaged publicly to response. I was like, hey, man, you should read the room. The read the room right now is because you have projects building way longer than 8 months. It's not getting Coinbase listing. It's basically implying that if you're an insider, you know the team, you will get listed. It's a slap in the face. And so they responded. So I wanted them to know I have nothing against the project. In fact, I want to get you guys on the podcast, but that's the drama right now. So,
I mean, it's a valid point, because, you know, I saw the Jesse Pollock legal interview before the Venice launch, and I was like, okay, so here's a list. I mean, you actually had a great thread about it, and one of the things written in it was like, you do not get preferential treatment if you know somebody. And then it's like, well, hang about, like, they did, like, so, and then someone else, I forget who it was right now, like Omar something, posted some, he was doing some chain sleuthing, and he posted this thing like, you know, on day one, the team sold $10 million of this. Then they had a bunch of burner wallets, sold another $500,000 here, and it's just like day one dumping. And I'm thinking, like, what the heck, you know? Like, just yesterday, they had this legal conversation talking about, you know, how transparent they were, and I was like, I love this. I love transparency. It's well needed in any blockchain, and the fact that so many projects are looking for Coinbase listing. I mean, a Coinbase listing is the holy grail for a meme coin. So the fact that they were laying it out there, saying like the game isn't rigged, you know, and then just a day later, the VVV token gets launched, and the team dumps it. Yeah, that's a slap in the face. I actually feel a little bit different about the B3 token, because like, it recovered so quickly, like so quickly. Obviously, like whenever there's any token launch, airdrop, all that stuff, the price collapses. You know, people take profits. They got free money. Yep, let's sell. But it came back within a day to new all-time highs. Like, it went to new all-time highs within 24 hours. So it wasn't like a massive sell-off where the token is still in this long recovery stage after insider selling. But also, like, I'm personally I'm bullish on the fact that these guys are building like an infrastructure for uh game creators. You know, I think it's something that was missing in the space, and it's the first of its kind. So the fact that it's getting as much attention as it has, I think it's majorly bullish because then other game creators can then start to build on that. So I feel differently about the VVV token than I do about the B3 token.
Sure.
Uh,
Yeah, and I think like I said, I think majority of people, and we have Justin in the waiting room, so we're gonna add him up. We're gonna talk NFT and taxes for a quick minute and get into that too. But I think like I said, the issue isn't the token per se or the VVV or the B3 token. I think that's just the game. I think right now the people who are upset, and rightfully so, are with the unfair Coinbase listing processes. And that is something that needs to be said and addressed. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It does feel like a preferential treatment. Um, I don't have a say in the matter. It doesn't really matter to me, but that is the consensus of what's going on. So I think Jesse needs to kind of understand this is what's going on. Like, we are the trenches. We are the eyes and ears in the trenches, and that is something that everyone is talking about. But again, I think it would be great to have either VVV on the live stream or podcast or B3 on. So if you guys are listening, please join us. But Base, before we talk more NFTs, why don't we talk taxes? What do you think?
oh yeah, like I know tax season is round the corner. It always comes too fast, and I mean, I'm fortunate living in Portugal. It's not an issue here, but all my friends across the pond are always like, when it comes to March time, stressing about it because it's like, okay, I was not prepared for this. You know, I made some profits, I made some trades, and now Uncle Sam wants his take. So, but I mean, it's something that I'm not knowledgeable in the slightest part. Uh, but I hear we have someone in the waiting room who is.
Yes, we have Justin from Count on Sheep. And so for anyone listening, we're going to start promoting, pitching, the services of an accountant, a tax accountant, especially Count on Sheep, just because you work hard for your JPEGs, your NFTs, you flip them, you sell them. If you're in the States, there is a liability that occurs. And in 2021, the liability was there. I know around the world, Count on Sheep also does things. Maybe you're in a jurisdiction like Portugal, you don't have to worry about it. But there's other jurisdictions out there. So no matter where you live, we're going to bring them on. And if you have any questions, we give you guys a 20-minute free consultation with Justin. Literally no strings attached. Just literally have to schedule it. Use our link. So we'll send that out. But we want to introduce Justin. Justin, my friend, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing well. It's pretty rainy here in San Diego, so a bit of a bummer, not used to it. We're kind of blessed and spoiled out here in Southern California, but
Really are, man. In LA right now, it's like raining. So I feel you,
yeah.
my SoCal patriot. Justin, I want you to meet Base Junkie. So Base, this is Justin, Chad, CPA attorney. He's actually going viral with Celsius. But Justin, I want you to introduce yourself to Base Junkie. So Base Junkie, and I want to get some tax ideas because he's in Portugal, so I don't think it really matters. But he launched a successful NFT collection in 2021, killed it, sold out everything, and created a great brand, great community. You won't actually find somebody as knowledgeable about NFTs than Base. But if you are somebody who in the States, say you launched an NFT collection, and you you minted it out, or maybe you minted 50% or something, what are the tax liabilities when it comes to project creators?
Yeah, no, that's a really good question. I mean, obviously, the first thing is we have to analyze whether it's income or if it's capital gains. And one of the things that we see all the time with people that are creating their own NFT projects that they fail to do is to just capitalize those costs that they incurred in creating that project, whether it's developer fees, whether it's even gas fees, anything like that. Capitalize all those costs into the NFT collection itself, so you're not paying as much when you go to sell those NFTs for a capital gain. And then if you're giving them out to people for free, or you're letting people mint them, it might be treated as income. So it's really important to know the distinctions, to know what's taxable versus what's not. So that's where someone with a little bit more professional experience in the crypto space really comes in handy.
Interesting. So say you launch something and the initial mint was, 0.01 ETH, for instance. I don't know. And so you're saying if you're a developer, you had some costs. That could be some of the costs you've incurred. Say you minted out 500 of them. Okay. Now say so obviously 500 times 0.01 would be considered income. What happens if you decide, and not everything's sold out? Say you have, I don't know, 100 of them that you decide to give it away. What's the cost when you give it away? Is it what the mint or what the current price is at the time of sale, or can you run us through that?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely going to be nuances. Like, is it a gift? Is it a genuine gift, or are you just selling it to someone at cost? Are you burning them? So there's a lot of moving parts. If it's a gift, then you're going to have to follow the gift tax laws around that, which you won't have to pay tax unless you're gifting a crazy amount, like $14 million worth of gifts in your lifetime. But then if you're selling them at cost, or you're even burning them, you could actually realize a loss on those NFTs. So if you've capitalized costs into a collection, and then you decide, I'm going to burn part of this collection, maybe you're trying to increase the value in the other part of the collection, you can actually write off those costs that were associated with those burned assets.
Justin, just to follow up that, so if you were to do a giveaway, for example, if you said, I'm going to give away 10 of these NFTs, as could you write it off as a marketing expense?
Yeah, that's a good question. So it wouldn't be a marketing expense. It would be a genuine gift. It would be a giveaway, unless the audience had to do something to participate. Like if they had to buy in for a chance to win, then it's a different story. But if it is a genuine, hey, random chance, there's no consideration given from the audience, then that would just be considered a gift, and you would not be able to write off that expense. And
what if they had to retweet, tag 3 friends, that kind of stuff?
No monetary.
Yeah, that's exactly, Bill. Yeah, no monetary. It's kind of a gray area. You'd definitely have to kind of really analyze what counts as a gift, what counts as a giveaway, or sweepstake. Like there's different categories of that. But yeah, I mean, if it's just a retweet type of thing, that's still a no monetary compensation from the people participating. So there wouldn't really be, any consideration given on their end.
So you just mentioned the word a sweep, a sweep competition. If you were doing a giveaway like that, whoever sweeps the most gets 10 for free, for example. Now there's a monetary transaction, even if it's not to the primary launcher. If it's a secondary sales floor sweep, could you then say the monetary transaction has happened, and therefore this is a marketing expense?
Yep, it would be more viewed like a trade. So the fair value of what was received in exchange for the cost basis of what's being given. So that net difference would essentially be the gain or loss that you would have to claim on that. So if you're receiving a lot in the sweepstakes, you're getting a lot of income, then you could use the cost to offset that income. And then if you're only getting a little bit of income, then it would be a net loss. So you would have a loss that you could take there.
Now, when I originally set up my first NFT company, we ended up setting up in the British Virgin Islands, because, well, I didn't live in Portugal at the time. But we did look at the US as a potential place to launch it, and it was recommended to us to launch in Maine. Now, is that known, or are the other tax laws different from state to state in the States?
Yeah, there's definitely different tax laws in different states. Obviously, Delaware is a big incorporation state. But in terms of launching the actual project, I'm not sure on every specific state. I'm licensed in California, and that's more of an attorney thing. I'm a CPA, not an attorney, so that would be more of a tax attorney type question. But yeah, there's different states that have different benefits, and there's also the Marshall Islands too. There's not really too many benefits of actually launching a token or an NFT project in the States. It's good to do that offshore generally, like in the Marshall Islands. But like I said, that's not really the area of expertise here. It's more so navigating the crypto space. How are these launches taxed, and then how can we best optimize it so that you're paying the least amount possible?
So Justin, let's ask from a trader's perspective, because a lot of people aren't founding projects. They are
Right.
in the trenches, JPEG flipping, for instance, in 2021. talk to us. What are some of the taxable events if I'm a trader? Is it just based on traditional, like if I'm flipping NFT for profit, is that considered a taxable event? Or maybe an airdrop, I receive an airdrop, am I getting taxed on? Talk to us. What do traders have to worry about?
Yeah, definitely. So that's a really common question. So the first thing is whenever you're swapping one asset for another, whether it's an NFT or even just Bitcoin to Ethereum, let's say, that's going to be a taxable event. So if you're trading, NFT 1 for NFT 2, that's going to be a taxable event, and you're going to have to figure out the fair value of what is being received to calculate that. And that's really specifically with the NFTs where a lot of the nuance is. I mean, we had one of our clients, one of our earliest clients actually, he started with $100,000 portfolio, went big on NFTs, Bored Apes, CryptoPunks, Pudgy Penguins, all of that in 2021. His account rode up to like $18 million. And then he cashed out along the way, but then he watched it fall back down to around, $2 million, by the end of 2022. And so, there's a lot of taxable events. And one of the things that we saw in his account, which was, if we didn't reconcile it for him, he would have been absolutely screwed, was when he was swapping from one NFT to another, the software he was using naturally couldn't value those NFTs. So it would report a full loss in 2021. So it looked like he had a huge artificial loss in 2021. But then in 2022, when he was ultimately selling those for crypto, the cost basis was showing as zero. So he had like 100% capital gain. Mm-hmm. So in 2021, he had like a huge loss. In 2022, he had this magnificent gain. And so he was freaking out because he had no idea how to handle it. We cleaned up his portfolio. We made sure everything was, tied together, had the correct cost basis. And then he ultimately ended up paying significantly less in tax.
Incredible. And as you guys see, if you're watching this, literally we're streaming everywhere. We're YouTube, we got Twitch, we're even on Farcaster. X, you guys are going to be seeing a scroll, a ticker, 20-minute consultation, free of charge. You just got to click the link. Base Junkie in my link. That's it. There's literally no obligation. If you have any questions, I think right now it's kind of like, Justin, the bull run's not here in the sense of like everything is just dead. I know tax time's coming up in April, but for those listening, you can do extensions as well. So whether you decide to use it now or even in 2025, 2026 timeframe, or like extending it, they actually give better rates if you extend it. But I think it's good to kind of put you guys on the radar. Right now, NFTs haven't really hit a bull run, literally, but I do feel a 2021 cycle is coming. And when it does, I think everyone's going to be needing your services. Justin, before we let you go, massively important question, like literally the most important question of the day. What is your favorite NFT project out there?
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to say. The one that I really liked working on, I'll give the one I like working on. The one I really liked working on was actually Wolf Game, and it was on the same account that I was just talking about. Just seeing how those NFTs interacted and the utility within the game itself was just super fascinating. From an accounting standpoint, we had to understand the game and understand what the hell was going on before we could actually kind of determine what was taxable. So that whole process was super fun, and I really enjoyed doing that.
Not bad. I think I really wish I can like have a time machine. I tell some people this story, Justin. At one point in 2021, I owned 5 Pudgy Penguins. Not only just Pudgy Penguins, I owned like the ice blue ones, which are the most rare ones. At that time, I did flip them for $15,000, and I did take my taxes on it, so don't worry. Uncle Sam, I made sure of that. But had I have held it, it probably would have been worth upwards of millions of dollars with the airdrop. So joke's on me. I still would have needed to use you, Justin, for that. But unfortunately, I don't have those anymore. So Justin, we appreciate you. Starting next week, by the way, guys, first of all, if you're an NFT guy, you have to use the services. But if you guys want more information, please use your link. But also, starting next week, we're going to do once a week question and answers with Justin, where we go deeper into different topics that I think are going to be very relevant, but more educational. Whether or not you need to use it, it's just educating yourself. Celsius, whether it's question and answers, we'll do it on stream. Whatever the case may be, we're going to find out more info. So Justin, thank you, my friend, for coming on.
Yep. Thank you so much. And I just wanted to say one last thing that because you guys are part of this community, NFT Tonight, as Bill said, you'll get a free 20-minute consultation. But in addition to that, we are offering 30% off because of this community. So if you go through that link, you will be receiving 30% off. You will need to kind of work with us in May, and we can help you get that extension filed. But definitely take advantage of that huge discount. It's a lot of value there. And then honestly, before the NFT bull run, if you get set up so you have all your bases correct, you can fully capitalize on that bull run and know exactly what tax you might have to pay.
I love it. Million Bit. Are you listening? If you're the best NFT project, prove it to us. Use our link and call Justin, because first of all, Million Bit, massive respect, loyal community member. He's created a really cool like advertising NFT page where, each pixel, it's like one of those like $1 million things where he wants all the pixels. So he's created a project. So as a founder, my friend, which I'm very bullish on, you will need some tax advice, I think, or maybe not. I don't know. But if you do, Justin's your man. We appreciate you, Million Bit. But Justin, thank you, my friend.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And we'll be in touch soon.
All right.
Pleasure to meet you.
That is Justin from Count on Sheep. Million Bits are awesome as well. Do you have a plot of land on Million Bit?
I don't have a plot of land. I feel guilty. I had Million Bit on the
stream. Is done. I'm going to end it. This stream is done.
Honestly, it's like one of those things like, okay, I need to get around to doing it. Yeah, he was on the show on Monday, like sharing about it. I'm like, yeah, Chad and other people on the stream were like, yeah, I've got a plot. I'm like, wait a second. Like, honestly, it's like Million Bit homepage. It's like the who's who on base. So many OGs on there. I had a look at it the other day. Apparently, there's on his site there's a weekly spaces show, like a schedule to stay up to date with all the spaces. So I need to check that out, get my plot, because man, I'm lagging behind. Sorry, Million Bit homepage.
No, I think Million Bits. I met him in On-Chain Summit, San Francisco. Great guy. Also, he's been a true loyal builder, and I think that goes back kind of base junkie. What I was saying is how a lot of projects feel slighted by the new base developments. Like for instance, I commented on behalf of Million Bit. There is some other new project that's kind of doing what Million Bit's doing, just out of nowhere. And, already Coinbase has retweeted them or something like that. And, Million Bit was very cordial about it. But I'm like, why are they pushing new stuff, which is obviously insiders or something, not focusing on the true people? Because without the true people that have been around April, May, January 2024, there would be no base. I don't care what anyone says. There would be no base. Base could explore. It would be literally a dead chain. So you need to, there's so many chains out there. Listen, we all love Coinbase, but without the builders and the communities, the OGs that are shaping it, the new people wouldn't have the opportunity to come in my opinion. So I'm pretty passionate about that. I'm pretty passionate about the loyal holders and the loyal builders, and Million Bit is one of the best. So highly recommend getting on there.
Yeah, I mean, he's absolutely OG. Like I remember I started doing spaces last April, and he was already here, well known in the space. And I heard him on a few spaces before, and I was like, okay, I need to, I see him, and he's everywhere. Like I think I've jumped on 2 other spaces today, and he was in the audience as well. I'm like, man, this guy, he gets around. He's a spaces butterfly, just like me. But
yes, how's your spaces going, by the way? What's new in your? Are you still? I know you're every day doing it, but how are you liking it? What's your?
I'm excited for Monday. I'm I think I'll have 2 big projects coming on. One will be Metacade.
Yes.
More about gaming, but yeah, honestly, man, the Monday night spaces are a lot of fun. I co-host with the base UTC community, strong Telegram group chat. Man, it's a fun time in there. Rarely talk about crypto, just lots of shenanigans, lots of fun people, just kicking the can, shooting the breeze. And I think you need to find your people, people with similar sense of humor, especially on red days, because when the market's moving, when there's deals to be done and trades to take, yeah, absolutely, fantastic. Find your alpha group. Let's make hay while the sun shines. But on the quiet days, it's good to be plugged into a community where you can chew the cud and have.
Are you interviewing Russ for Medicaid?
Yeah, he's coming on.
Very cool. I just recently gotten in touch with him. Seems like a very knowledgeable guy, so that's cool. How'd you know him? Did you just randomly reach out to him too?
Yeah, reached out to him a few weeks ago. I think it was just like, we had a bit of a scheduling conflict, and then I noticed. So on Friday, I co-host with Clocked and Your Fave Mexican, and both of them are Metacade ambassadors. And I'm like, yo guys, what's the skinny? What's the scoop? And they're like, oh yeah, reach out to Russ, and I was like, okay, well, I'm definitely gonna get him on. I listened to his show yesterday. Big numbers. Congrats to them. But yeah, he definitely seems like a knowledgeable guy. From what I gather, from what I know of Metacade, playing like the idle games, it reminds me of some of the early Facebook days. Like those Mafia Wars type games where you just click like a couple times a day. I think a lot of people have time for that. And if you can earn tokens as well, hey, it's a slam dunk.
It is a slam dunk. I want to give a shout out to Revolve Token. This is the first time meeting you. Thank you for coming on the stream. Basically, we're very simple people. You show us love on our show, we show you love back, and we'll highlight you. The fact that you came in makes me even interested in knowing what Revolve is. I don't think you're an NFT project, but quickly, let's just kind of show, because I do want to talk about the Opensea Airdrop. But let's just see what Revolve is doing. Revolve is buying or selling real estate anywhere, RWA-backed NFTs. I love it. RWAs are huge, man. And I think real estate is one of the best use cases, actually, for real estate. Are you pretty familiar with the RWA sector?
Yeah, I am. It's funny, actually, that you bring this project up. I'm not even sure. Maybe I'm following them. Maybe not. But literally, I think at the beginning of this cycle, I was like, properties, like fractionalized properties on the blockchain. Yeah, that was what I was thinking about doing, but it's a lot of legal red tape. So I'm very curious how they're doing it. I think and Revolve, you can use this. NFPTs. I think NFPTs will be big in the future. Non-fungible property tokens.
Interesting. Non-fungible property tokens. Yeah, there's a lot of red tape when it comes to RWAs. I come from, I don't know if I told you, I come from a real estate background in real life initially. And so that was my bread and butter. And I aligned myself kind of close with another RWA project in this space called Proppy. And Proppy is a US backed, been around since like 2017. So I've seen very firsthand how difficult it is to go through the bureaucratic tape, but it's very much needed. Eventually everything needs to go on the blockchain. Especially title records and stuff like that. So it'd be really cool to see Revolve you, especially when it comes to fractionalized real estate. I'm very much bullish in, if you ever want to dive deep, you want to come on shows as a featured guest, hit us up, my friend. We'll go deep, get you on the podcast, get more people to know what you're doing. But thank you for the love, my friend. So Base Junkie, I think there's some news of the day with Opensea. Have you heard what's going on?
Man, I peeped this shortly before the show, and it is something that crypto traders from the last cycle were praying for. Like, it's long overdue, and it is the news that Opensea will be launching their token.
Let's fucking go. Let's pull up the tweet real quick for those that haven't seen it. But yeah, it's actually pretty big news. C is coming. Basically, as you said, this is something that everyone was looking forward to in the 2021 cycle. Same thing with I think this is on par with the same as like MetaMask dropping a token. Everyone was just like using MetaMask in 2021. Same with OpenSea. Everyone was using OpenSea. And I think they're finally coming. So what are your thoughts? Real quick, just for people to know it's what they're saying. Historical OpenSea usage, not just recent activity, will be an important ingredient. Really good if you're a 2021 person. Claim process will be simple and accessible. U.S. users welcome. We're focused on long-term sustainability, supporting a healthy community. No details of the timing yet. We're taking the learnings from the space and getting it right. As always, only trust updates from OpenSea, FN, and OpenSea. What are your thoughts on this, and what do you think it means for the market?
Man, I think this was long overdue, and the way that OpenSea has been going, like they've been slowly fading to the to the stage of irrelevance. You know, obviously, like in the 2021 cycle, they were the premier platform for NFTs, and everyone was on there. And I pulled up an article before the show. They were, let me see, they were making $1 billion. They were trading $1 billion a week in NFTs.
Are you for real? Jesus.
A week in 2021.
Bro,
on
we are in the wrong business, man. A week, bro.
So they were trading $1 billion a week on in 21, and then that plummeted down to 20 million. 20 million. So that they've had a drop off by 95%. And obviously the market has, it cooled off in 22, but it's not just that. It was the rise of competitive competitors. We had LooksRare, Blur, all the Blur farming, all for the tokens. That, like, people were airdrop farming that, like, the shit out of that. They were really on fire to try and get those airdrop tokens. And then Magic Eden with the best UI, and finally Magic Eden launched the token, and everyone's like, these are the chosen ones. They're the chosen ones. Let's only use Magic Eden. I mean, for now, I only use Magic Eden. No hate against Opensea, but Magic Eden just the superior one. They're fast to get. They were fast to get base on. They were fast to get ape chain on. Fast to get new chains on, and they rewarded traders with a token. And I know I'm not the only one feeling this way, because I remember when Magic Eden were having their new token drop, OpenSea were just like tweeting stuff like, "Hey guys, check out this new NFT," and like literally, like, they couldn't get a word in edgeways. Everyone was like, "Drop a token," or cease to exist. Just they lose my number or drop a token. So I think they listened to the people. The community heavily wanted this. They had to do this, and better late than never. I think if they didn't do this retroactively, and if they didn't reward the 2021 traders, man, it would be nailing the coffin.
I think it would be nuclear if they didn't. I think it would be extremely bad. I think they're wise, and I mean, honestly, this is something that everyone wanted, and I think it's going to be a good liquidity event for the founders and stuff. So making sure you target the 2021 holders, I think, is only going to be a beneficial thing.
It has to be. I mean, like, if I'm getting a nice juicy, if I'm getting a nice juicy airdrop, a nice stimmy check from OpenSea, yeah, I'll use the platform. Yeah, I can be bought. Yeah,
you heard that here, everyone. We can be bought. Me too. Base Junkie and myself can be bought
for a nice stimmy check. I'll check it out, especially because I could deal with the clunky user interface, but when the better one came out and they were giving tokens and they were showing love to the people, it's kind of how you said a few minutes ago. You show love to us, we'll show love to you, and that's how I felt towards Magic Eden. I felt the love, so I use Magic Eden. But now OpenSea, like the prodigal son, wants to come in from the cold, wants to show the love to the people. All right, come back in. The fire's on. Dinner's on the table. Let's go. Let's give it another shot.
When do you think the token will launch?
I think when the market conditions get a little bit better. I think right now they're being smart to not put a fixed date on it. If the market's completely shitting the bed, it's the bad time to launch a token. Like, there's no two ways about it. People will be selling that, probably not rotating it into NFTs. They'll probably just be like rotating into stables or Bitcoin or ETH or something. I mean, ETH's not performing too well. Yeah. Hopefully it does, but I think they're probably ready to go at a moment's notice, just waiting for the market to show signs of recovery.
I think they're going to launch it at a time when NFTs are really picking up. I think when the excitement is there and NFT season comes, which I think further, solidifies in my mind, Base will have an NFT season, Ethereum will have an NFT season, because I think it's in everyone's best interest. If they drop this token and no one cares about NFTs, I don't think it's going to do well. I think, sure, the founders are going to do well, but it's just going to be a cliff down. So I think them timing it around an NFT explosion is just beneficial. So we'll see. I'm very much looking forward to that. Time will tell.
And also the fact that they have a new interface, they're launching OS 2. Like, they are in the same camp as us. Like, they feel that another NFT run is on the horizon. So, you know, they're positioning themselves for that. They want to have the best UI. They want to have a token. They want to win back the heart of the people. They have everything to gain, nothing to lose, and they're betting on another NFT run just like us.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to know, and I'm very curious to see what OpenSea Volume 2 has in store, because I know a lot of people don't really like it, but a lot of people also do because it's pretty easy. But yeah, let's turn to look to see maybe some projects. Last week's episode was pretty dope, man. I really got bullish on No
Bullish
Punks.
on Toro.
That guy's
Oh
a
man.
G.
Bullish on Toro, bullish on No Punks. Guys, like the fact that No Punks is like has the floor that it has, it's a gift for anybody who's not in the community. And like I think it did like a 3x, not off the back of our show, but like in the last month, I've seen it go from 0.01 up to 0.03 because community members on whole aren't selling, and people are coming into the chat, seeing the vibe, seeing how active the chat is, and they're like, wait a second, I can join this community for $30. Like what? Like you're not getting that reward anywhere else. So they were joining, and then of course last week we had Toro on, an absolute Chad who's taken the No Punks community by storm. I saw he was buying a bunch of Miggles as
He
well.
bought like I think he's over 100.
Man, he's a Chad. I didn't realize he had it like that, but you know he's a good guy and really
Very
supportive of builders, supportive of projects, and yeah, I mean, all blessings to him.
No, I think it's good. I think people need guys like that in the space, and I think it's I think having that conviction from guys like him only helps. But yeah, that was a great conversation. Again, that was an exclusive on NFT Tonight. Let's see kind of what's going on in the market. Any collections? I know it's kind of dead, but
Well,
let's.
actually, there was one yesterday, an interesting one that launched.
What was it?
If you check out, it's called. Oh my goodness, it's by the nouns. It's called not called no nouns. Dark nouns. That's
Dark
the one.
nouns. All right, so dark nouns. Shout out to. Is this like a nouns community type thing?
It's by base nouns. It's a legitimate project. Goya Bean, the artist, he did this collection, and you know, this is what this like one of the things I really love about it is the collaborations. So I'm not sure if you can check on like the rarity rank or what, but they have a bunch of one-of-ones. They did a one-of-one with No Punks. They did one with the Dick Butts. Who was it a bunch of
I think they did one
artists.
with Jesse Pollock.
They got all these
Mosasaurus, No
all
Punks.
these shout outs.
This is the No Punk one. Or one of these are very cool. No, so this one, so it's like, is it kind of like considered a derivative of the nouns? Because the nouns one itself is pretty expensive, right?
Base nouns. I
Yeah.
think base you'd have to ask them what they classify themselves as because yeah, I mean there are I guess derivative is the correct word, but it's not a copy pasta sort of deal. I think once before we spoke about derivatives and just to refresh to refresh the topic, my thoughts on derivatives. If it's a copy paste collection just on a different chain, I think that's lazy artwork. That feels like cash grabby, just using someone else's IP and just trying to make a buck off it. Like I don't support that kind of artwork. But if it's an homage collection where you feel inspired by and you want to take it, add your unique twist to it, and make it into something for your own, yeah, all power to you as the builder and the supporter to create an homage collection.
Yeah, shout out to the nouns community. There's guys like Toady Hawk and Jack Wilds. They've been supporters of the show. I've had them on as well. And so never got into the nouns world side. So that's cool to see that the nouns community is doing big things. I like the fact that these things launch. So let's look at some of the stats for these things because again, this is interesting to me because, well, first of all, I think Doodles is coming out with a token. So I think that's why some of these prices are up. Yeah, that's big news. But that's just probably going to be an instant dub. But it's a liquid. Do you know when Doodles is launching their token?
I saw the post today. Let me see if it has an actual date on it. But it's a pretty slick video. And also, speaking of like the whole no punks meta, like have you seen this video of the Doodles?
No. Can you pull it up?
Yeah, one sec. All right. I think it's
and shout out to the almost 225 people who are on stream. Not bad for a bloodbath day. So let's see this. Okay. Ooh, alien ship.
So I'll just put from the beginning. Can you hear this?
No. I'm sure it's a jam. This is pretty good graphics, though. Yo, whoever's the animator of this deserves like a raise.
For real. I mean, and one thing I loved about it, like, is did you notice the lack of traits, the no doodleness of it?
Yeah.
I mean, guys, this is another reason why I'm directly I'm bullish on no punks, because they literally started this no meta. Now, Doodles may or may not accredit them to this, or maybe they had a similar idea independently. But I believe in provenance, I believe in first mover advantage, and they were the first ones to be doing this abstract noism. So it's kind of amazing and fascinating to see that in such a short period of time, now we get dark nouns, another minimalist color version of the extension from the base nouns community. And now Doodles, one of the largest collections of all time, is now following a similar sort of, no color abstract sort of artwork on their Dude coin video.
Yeah, I mean, and look at this art. I mean, it's literally only a 0.02 ETH for, which is honestly peanuts. You can buy like 3 cups of coffee, or maybe not 3 cups, but like it's just simply ridiculously cheap for one of these things, and I think you can't go wrong with it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I got more bullish last week after hearing Toro, hearing how strong the community was. You can't fade that community, and they're just building, they're grinding, and I like that. And,
always building, always collaborating, and with chads like Toro and Astro Hollow, like shout out to the founders there, and then B8, another chad in the community. I think it's a bit late for him to be tuning in. I think last week I invited Toro and B8 because those two are the top holders and absolute chads. But I think it's like 3 a.m. for B8. But yeah, another chad in the community, always active, always supporting, and yeah, you need people like that in your community.
Oh, for sure. And I think this is just, and for the last 7 days, it's just nice to see volume. I mean, look at the volume. It's not even that much, but you have Wealthy Hippio, 222 ETH in 7 days. You got Karu, we got 71 ETH. We know the Arwalk team, they have 80. They just came out. Base guys 18, 36 for Gaias. We definitely know Punks 13, Dark Downs 13 ETH. So there's volume out here that's slowly coming. I think we haven't seen anything yet. I think next week we're gonna have Legendary from Arwalk on. So that'll be a good show.
Right.
Yeah, it's what he's done is super cool. It's paying homage to the Milady ecosystem. They launched a DAO, they launched their own collection to invest in the Remilia assets. So it's really cool to see how DAOs are working together to purchase NFTs and stuff. Very bullish on that. I would love to get the Dark Downs team on. Maybe we can get Toady on or Jack on and chat. I'll actually message them at some point. If you're down, we can have them on.
Absolutely. Like I'm a fan of Jack's mustache. I'm actually growing. If he comes on, I'll shave this part off. Just
whoa! Oh, if you got Jack on, you're gonna shave what part? The goatee?
I'll separate it.
Bruh, let's go.
I'll rock the mustache for the episode.
Whoa. Jack, if you're listening, I don't think you are, but if you are, we got Base who's going to cut off his goatee to rock the mustache. No, I'll actually hit them up. I know they're going to ETH Denver. That's coming up. I think soon. I'm not going, unfortunately. I got the kids, but I think ETH Denver, if you're there, you guys should hit Rachel Rose. She'll be there. But the one event that I for sure will be there in Base, I hope you can make it. I know it's far, is On-Chain Summit, San Francisco, in August. I think that's just going to be an incredible event. If you are serious about the Base ecosystem, you got to come to that event. It's like literally only Base people. Such a cool vibe. What are the chances are you cross the pond for that?
Man, let's see how the next month goes. You know, I'm always down to show love and, you know, connect with more Base people. It's an ambition of mine to create an event over here in Portugal. When I was seeing all the event lists of all these summits happening this year, I'm like, we need to get Portugal on the map. We need to get one here. But yeah, dude, I'll do everything I can to make it happen. I'd love to come to San Fran.
Yeah. I mean, San Fran is a city I wouldn't be so bullish on. It's kind of gone to shit, but typically it's a good city. But that's neither here nor there. We don't talk politics on NFT tonight. I mean, we could, but
let's talk NFTs.
Yeah, we talk NFTs. We talk pump our bags. No, but I'm excited. So anything you want to say, Base? We're about to run time.
Yeah, well,
last thoughts on you?
So if you're saying we're getting our walk on next week, I think that's super bullish. You know, the power of DAOs, you know, a decentralized community of leaders directing a course. I think we're going to see more of that in the future. I think it's super bullish, and if it's to better serve a common cause that people can get behind, you know, I think that's the most powerful way to do it. So definitely interested to hear more about what Arwalk and Legendary, the founder of it, have got going on. Yeah, bullish for next week and bullish for NFTs this year. I think now we're in an accumulation stage, so I know powder's running. Well, not many people have that much dry powder. Market's been bleeding us dry, but if you do have dry powder, you know, it's a good time to position yourselves accordingly.
Absolutely. And like I said, I think it's just a matter of time. I think NFTs will take off after the next leg for tokens happen. Just like liquidity rotates, at some point alts will stop. But I think we need to wait for that alt season to come. But it will. I have full faith that it's going to happen. So guys, not much more else to say. NFT tonight with your boy Base Junkie and myself, Bill the Bull, every Thursday, noon PST. We do this. So if you're a project you want to get featured on the show, hit us up. If you're just an audience member and you want to shout out, hit us up. Just shoot a message. We're here to show love, and we're here to educate on Base, on other chains. So until next time, everybody, we appreciate you.